Hello and welcome to Project Code Elaborate. In this video, we'll be going over understanding Java in the Introduction to Java course. Alright, let's get into it. So, how does Java work? Now, as some of you might know, Java is a portable programming language. And the reason it's portable is because it follows the logic of write once, run anywhere. What does that mean? So if you write a piece of Java code, you use a compiler to compile it into bytecode. And the beauty of bytecode is that you can run it on any computer you want. So you can run it on a desktop, you can run it on a laptop, or even some kind of integrated processor, or as you'd see on an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi. So most programming languages, when Java was first made, you'd have to write the code and then recompile it for every single computer that you'd want it to run on. Instead, with Java, is that you just write the code and you can expect it to run the same on any machine you want. In order to execute Java, we need something called a JVM, the Java Virtual Machine, installed on our computers. So the Java Virtual Machine takes the bytecode, the compiled Java code, and it goes through the bytecode and executes the program statements one by one. Therefore, the JVM is necessary in order to execute the Java code that we make. And in the next couple of videos, we'll be talking about how to install the JVM so we can code Java from home. Alright, what is a JRE? So a JRE is a Java runtime environment. And the JRE is sort of like a wrapper for the JVM. So in addition to the JVM will contain additional libraries that we need to run Java. It will contain the Java plugin and the Java Web Start, which are additional frameworks for running Java within the browser. So previously, you might see them nowadays as well, but Java was very famous for being able to run in web browsers such as Internet Explorer. But the main concept here is that the JRE contains the JVM, and that together the JRE and the JVM work together to execute Java and run the code that we write. So now, what is the JDK? Now the JDK is the Java Development Kit, and this is the main thing that we need to install. The JDK will contain the JRE, and the JRE will contain the JVM, and the JDK contains debuggers and compilers. Debuggers and compilers are tools that we'll be using to actually write our code, and the JRE will run our code. So together with the JRE, debuggers, and compilers, we have the Java Development Kit, which allows us to develop Java and write programs. So when we install Java onto our computers, probably in our next video, the Java Development Kit will be the main thing that we need to install because it will contain the JRE, debuggers, and compilers for us in one nice package. So, what is an IDE? The IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, and in short, it's where we'll be writing our code. So, as we see, IDEs combine the basic tools necessary to write and test programs. So, for example, text editors and the compilers and the debuggers that come with the JDK. So it compiles it puts together all of these tools in one nice application that we use for writing Java, which is why IDEs make it so easy to write Java. Otherwise, we'd be using something like Notepad to write our Java code, we'd put it through our compiler, then we'd run it through our debugger and find errors. Instead, from the IDE, we can do everything that we want at once, which is why we need to install an IDE in our next video. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us over social media or our email. Thank you.